So what I noticed is it's got a little bit of body roll just like the regular Mojave. Really cool to watch this thing jump.
You know, Arrma's built up a huge fan base for their Mojave desert truck platform. The 6S version is an absolute beast. The 4S version is one tough truck, and now they have a new one, the Mojave Grom. It's a ready-to-run $150 truck that gives you everything you need to run right inside the box. Whether you're a Mojave fan or just looking for a fun ready-to-run, I think this one's really gonna grab your attention.
I'm not sure if Arrma plans to release any more Groms, but if they do, this one is gonna be hard to beat. Absolutely love the look of the Mojave body. Real cool desert truck. They've got the windows cut out. You can see the cage on the inside, and they even have a driver figure and navigator. This is actually a molded plastic insert. I'm going to show you that in a minute. Lexan painted from the inside, all the decals applied from the factory. I like that the grill insert is a separate molded piece. They even went and painted that. They got roof skids on it. In the back, they've got this bumper that's actually a part of the inner skeleton as well, but really cool look. The only thing I wish they did is maybe cut out some holes in the rear to vent it, because you're getting air through the inside here, and I wish they just allowed that air to pass through a little bit easier. I mean, I guess it's got to flow through on the bottom. But here's the really cool part of the body. You're not seeing any body clips, right? You see these little rectangles on each side and this plastic side plate. You basically just push in on these on both sides at the same time, and it pops the body up. It's got this neat wire clip system that keys it into the chassis, and it pops off super easy. Probably one of the easiest bodies you're gonna be able to get off. That's just awesome, this little system that they came up with. And, you know, they had that on the Typhon, the little slider clip on the front, the body popped off easily, and now they have it here. That's just so cool. But there's that inner skeleton. Look, a lot of support on the inside, so if you flip this thing over and pancake it, I don't think it's really gonna wreck this body. It also serves as inner fender wells, which looks good, number one, but number two, helps keep dirt out of the chassis. And you can see that, you know, it's got little pegs to go and line it up so it fits on perfectly every time. Here's the brackets on top of the shock towers for those center pivots to go and slide into. But here's the chassis itself. Awesome looking chassis, very similar but not exactly the same as some of the stuff we've seen before. The center section has been revised a little bit, so the battery is just a little farther back from what I could tell. It's got these side plates that are part of the body mounting system. Still has that little high clearance bump in the center, and it is a composite plastic chassis, but this thing is ultra rigid. I mean, they've got this backbone structure down the center. This thing isn't gonna flex on you. Even if you go upgrade to brushless and launch a thing, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with this chassis ever. The bumpers on it are actually pretty neat. The front is super flexible. It's got the crash bracket behind it, and then the rear is just the simple skid, because again, the rear bumper is actually part of that inner skeleton. And I'm gonna go over this really quick, but it's much like the Typhon Grom. The suspension arms are actually a little bit narrower on this one, so the track width isn't exactly the same on it, but it fits the proportions of the body really well. You've got their dual wishbones set up with the captured steering knuckles on the outside. Everything is nice and bulky. It's not gonna pop off on you in crashes. They've got oil-filled coilover shocks, both front and rear. The rear suspension very similar to the front, except instead of steering knuckles, they've got those outer hubs. Those look nice and bulky. Suspension feels nice and plush out of the box, and these wheels and tires are very cool. So they're the Fortress tires. They don't have a foam insert on the inside, but they're almost like a hard compound rubber tire. So those are going to last on multiple surface use. Love the wheels. It's a 12mm hex. And then into the drivetrain. So this one has the metal differentials front and rear, full ball bearings throughout, CVs up front, and dog bones in the rear. So because it has the metal gear differentials, I think people are going to like that a lot better than the previous version. I think they're actually just switching metal gear differentials on all the Groms, so you don't have to worry about that. Nice running change that they're making to the models. Into the electronics, they've got their mini servo up front. Looks like we've got metal gears because it's got a metal output spline on it. The simple twin bell crank steering. On top, you've got the 2-in-1 speed controller receiver unit from Spectrum, SLT protocol, and you could go put other optional servos in there because it's got a standard lead plug on it, like that upgradability for later on. EC2 plug on it. There's your fan for the motor, brushed motor in the back. These actually put out some very good power for a brush motor, and it's heatsink cooled. Also in the box, you get everything to make this thing run. You get your SLT2 radio system. They give you AA batteries for that. They give you a USB charger for the included 1400 milliamp battery pack, instruction sheets, and a couple of tools here in this bag. Love that they give you a decent tool with this kit, and some preload collars.
All right, guys, enough chat about this truck. We need to head outside and drive it.
All right, you guys that watch the channel, you know this spot. This is Galley Mods Raceway in New York. I'll have a link for it down in the video description below. But this track is the perfect size for the Mini Grom. This thing has been a blast. They had like a monsoon here yesterday, so I'm gonna go wide around some of these spots. This little truck has some good rip on that motor. This is one of the few small scale cars where I'm like, yeah, a brushless motor is totally fine. We got air there, awesome. And come wide around this corner here. Don't want to get it too wet. There we go, just through the rumble strips. So what I noticed is it's got a little bit of body roll just like the regular Mojave. Really cool to watch this thing jump. Yeah. It's got a little rear squat to it. I think we need to add some preload clips to the rear shocks just to raise it up a little bit. I love blasting through this corner here. Almost full throttle. Gets light over that big jump in the back. It kind of drives like the big Mojave, just scaled down. Oh, look how muddy this thing is. You know, it'd be interesting to see how dirty it is on the inside. Let's pop this body off. Can't even see where those clips are. There we go. And pop right off, and look at that. The main section is still nice and clean. That's awesome. The rest of it, kind of muddy. Let's see that rear suspension. Yeah, it could use a couple clips in the rear. I think that'll really help it out. I mean, it's just hitting in the back here. You can see all the mud is scraped away, and that's really where it's hitting. And that's all I think it really needs. I mean, I think these are going to be a good multi-terrain tire for most uses, but here on the track, I'd like something just a little bit softer. I think Arrma did a really good job on this one. This whole Grom series, I mean, just an awesome concept. They work really well. Hopefully we'll see a Creighton next. Let me know what you guys think they're gonna come out with in the comments section below. It's like the perfect spot for the GNSS, right? All right, guys, time to see how fast this thing goes. Start this up. We're just gonna run it in the dirt. One-handed too. A little sideways. Here we go. There we go. Definitely hit top speed with that thing. We're back over, and we got 22 miles an hour. All right.